they can see if they're able to expunge it, and then they'll get linked up with free legal aid to take the next step to get it off the record. And that opens up opportunities to jobs and housing and school again. I know someone on our council who, as soon as he's able to do that, I know he will, because he wants to be a barber, but he needs a license for that, so it is definitely necessary. And so that website is doing really well. We're getting people to expunge their records. This year, our focus was prevention, which is a bigger idea, more abstract, so we got a lot more difficult things to work on, but we're definitely working on those still. We're also trying to push some awareness and efforts about disproportionate minority context. So we're getting people to get involved themselves about their encounters with police and see around the community what's happening.
So I would just point out, the Nick for Challenge young people at a meeting that we had suggested the Justice Advisory Council, and then populated it, and came up with the idea of this expungement act, right? Which they developed last year, and then you're building on that.
Right, so we are currently working on advertising campaigns, so hopefully when you guys are on the CTA, you'll see some awesome ads that we worked on. And it was all us, all we was working on. We got some help from outside graphic designers to make them really pop, and I'm really excited for that too.
Okay, all right. Yes, what prompted you to get active in your community?
Well, growing up in the community that I live in on the East, we pretty much, me growing up, we didn't have too much of anything. And the kids now, they have less than I had. So I had nothing, and they have less than what it is that they have. Just growing up like that, seeing that we didn't have any positive mentors, positive people in front of us, except for our parents, for the most part, who stuck together, it takes a village to raise a child. So that was really big. As I got older, I started making work when I met Jackie Samuel and Tracy O'Donnell with Richie. I worked with them on their youth ready project. So that was pretty much a summer program for young guys and teens to come out and work, help build up the community and neighborhood. And then that took to me because we made a difference. So as that started I did different projects, working after school matters, with mentoring programs, tutoring, those type of things. Need them when I got older, as recently. Last year we were doing the Hoops in the Hood project. I think that's what really made it stick, because at that point, parents would actually approach me and would say, thank you for allowing my child to come out and have a good time. Thank you for having, making it just a new day, that they felt like it was a new something. So with that much appreciation on my back, I think that's what really made it stick. Now, I'm still coaching. I do the Safe Passage program, which with that, my commitment to community development, youth development, took it to a new extreme. Just earlier last year, I helped applicant a potential child. So that was really, really huge. And, to put my name on something like that and to feel like I helped make a neighborhood safe for somebody's child was like really huge. I was a child before, so I know the worrying of a single mother worrying about your child being outside, worrying about are they okay, or can they walk down the streets to the store and stuff. So doing that really helped me just gain new love for the community in total. Just did other programs we worked on. After doing the program, I actually met a group of guys, a group of teenage boys who the day of we didn't know each other from the campaign. And I mentor them now at the high school. Surprisingly, I work at high school and they go there, so they see me. It was just like all stars. I have one of them start a charity. He did a charity event this year for less fortunate kids who can't supply have winter clothes and boots Walmart gift certificates for the kids in the family. So that was huge. But right now, I'm still continuing to do those type of things. Working with me right now is really good. It's really on sports, and not just sports, but emotional and social behaviors and their problems and the struggles and stuff, and to have them look up to you as a mentor is like really, really huge. So that alone is what keeps me going and keeps me out and
All right, good. Berto, if you could do one thing, what would make the biggest difference in young people's lives? That would make the biggest difference in young people's lives, what would it be?
I actually think that there's two things that would make a big difference in young people's lives. I think one, for sure, is opportunities. I think youth in the city of Chicago and anywhere, I think youth don't come out of the womb knowing what they want to do, So they have to be granted those opportunities in order for them to find out their purpose, what they want to do with their lives. And once they find their purpose, I think naturally they're going to find that passion. And once they find that passion, I think the opportunities are limitless for youth in the city of Chicago. And I say that because Freemake Challenge provided those opportunities for me. So I'm saying it out of experience. And secondly, I think role models. I think too often, I know there's a lot of people from the back of the yards area, Inglewood area, who made it out, but they made it out, and they never came back, And I never see, think about it, I'm a young kid in the city of Chicago, 13 years old, and the only people that I can look up to are the gangbangers on the corner. On the other hand, I've had people walking in my neighborhood dressed like this, with a briefcase, that had careers, that had a great job, that looked like me, that spoke like me, that went through the same things that I went through. Then, I think I would be, more prone to follow those footsteps. So I think two things, role models, opportunities, for sure.
Carrie Ann, what would you tell a potential mentor they need to do to make a young person feel safe and connected?
Well, being a mentor myself, me looking for, being in this position that we actually don't give kids enough credit, like I said before, because they actually can pick up on those emotions. And if you're kind of standoffish and cold towards them, just like, okay, I'm here to do my job, it's not going to roll right. Because working with younger girls, they feed off you. If you give them enough energy and attention and you get to learn about them, it's literally a whole new world. So you have to they need stability, and you have to offer that guidance because you make an impact on that day, that very day. And so they value that relationship. So I feel like you have to give enough. You get what you give, basically. So you give 110%, you're going to get 110%. And these girls and children, they love meeting with people and seeing what they're doing. Because I know a lot of girls come back and they're like, oh my God, Coach Perry, you're back. Here's what I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you going to do in 10 years? This is what I'm going to do in 10 years. And I just love it. And so you just have to give that energy. Just be that person that they need for that day. So, yeah, if I said it right.
All right. Jahar, you've also done a lot of mentoring. How would you respond?
Oh boy. For the most part, I pretty much agree. I think you just have to be 100% genuine when you're working with youth and mentoring. You can't, as kids, as teens, and I think everybody's really probably about this. We have a sense of detecting fear or detecting false tints, like a false aura around somebody. So I think in order for you to have just that perfect relationship with a mentee, I think as a mentor, you have to be genuine, you have to be honest, you have to be upfront with that person. Growing up, with teens now especially, they need 100% of truth. They need 100% of guidance. You just can't. In order for them to realize what is ahead of them, what we have to run through, what we have ran through, they have to know what to expect from them. So I think just to have that 100% genuine connection with them is enough to make a mentor that's amazing.
All right. I would remind you that if you have a question, we have people wondering bring around? I hope, yes, people want to bring around. Just raise your card, we'll find you, so that we can take questions from our audience as well. Oh, good. I'll take some up here so I can figure out which ones to ask. If you give me some to get started. But I first have a question for Karina. You've been involved in the Youth Challenge work, our Youth Justice Advisory Council, but you haven't had any involvement in the criminal justice system yourself. So what prompted you to get involved with this?
I think there's definitely a few things that led me to stay with this and be so passionate. First is what I said earlier, that I'm passionate about people and ideas, so they're just other people, you know, it's, we are on wrong together, so we have to help each other out. And they've all been through something really unique, and I'm always interested in hearing about that. And secondly, everybody makes mistakes, and I'm sure everybody in this room has too, whether it was big or small. And these kids just happen to do something that got caught in the legal system. But that doesn't mean that their life is over. They can still learn and grow from that and move forward and be productive citizens. So I think they should definitely be given that second chance and opportunity. Like they were saying earlier, I remember speaking to some kids at the SOAR Center, a non-secure detention center in Logan Square, and one of them was saying that he wants to play professional football, and we asked him, you don't have to go to school for that, right? He goes, yeah, I go to school, I just really want to do this. And someone else was saying, I think he was 17 or 16, and he was saying, he spoke like a 40-year-old man, saying, oh, I know what I did was wrong, because his family was bringing drugs and women into the house, and there are people in his community saying, you know what, don't get into that because I've been through it, and it's not a good road to go down. But he said he didn't listen to them. He got caught up in the drugs, women, and guns as well, and he got other people in trouble. But he was totally mature about it. He said that he knows what he did was wrong, and he wants to rehabilitate and get out of the detention center.